how do you watch this team with the rotation made up as it is and rationalize the way they've looked over several games now, as compared to the team with the full rotation and the struggles that I think it's fair to say you guys had through the first 20, 25 games?
Yeah. Well, we did win some games in those 25.
Certainly.
We set a record. We shot the ball one night all together. But I think even in the losses, you can see this team is different, right?
Mm-hmm.
The ball moves, we're competing, we're playing for one another. It's not, my turn, your turn. And that's just, what a team can do. And you got guys who are hungry to get back into the league. And so, this is a group that's, as I said before the game, they talk. I know that sounds funny to bring up, but if you listen to that locker room early in the year, it was very quiet. And so the new players, Theo, B. Knight, those guys are older. They know how to play. They're sharing the ball. They're executing the game plan, as we talked about tonight, is making a pass, extra pass. I thought Josh was great, driving the ball and finding teammates. And then it's just a class act of what those guys did at the end of the game in the locker room, bringing the game ball in and giving it to Khalid for scoring his first point in the NBA game. And that sums up who we have as young men in that locker room. The character is extremely high. I know it's, a broken record, but when you guys have asked about the character or the morale, it's high. Yes, we want to win every game, but they cheer for one another, and that's special, and that has shown with a lot of guys out of the lineup. It's carried over to the new guys.
Yeah, I think the activity, I was going to ask about that too, is, not to look too far ahead. I know that, players will come back slowly. They won't all be back next game. But when this team has its full rotation available, how do you keep that activity, whether it's, cutting or passing or creativity or whatever it is? Like, how do you keep that going, since you just highlighted it?
Well, we continue to talk about it, and we can put it on repeat. No stress, offense, sharing the ball, chemistry and accountability, things that we've started with the year and actually have continued to talk about. There has been a shift. Like, it hasn't been a trade. It almost feels like trades because of the new players. But the guys have picked it up. We've kept things simple. They're playing hard. And in this league, if you play hard, that puts you in a position to win. And that's what these guys have done. And I think our owner has said it best a couple of days ago. We're going to have hard decisions to make when we become healthy. And so that's up to Cuban and Nico to figure out who's going to be in those uniforms going forward.
And then one more, you've been giving Josh Green passing lessons?
Josh was great. Josh threw a great. All of his passes were impressive, but the big thing is his intent to attack. I think he's picked up from where he left off. He was playing at a high level for us, and I think you can see he continued. Even after COVID, he was driving the ball and finding teammates. He made some incredible passes tonight. And so now that we know he can do that, we're going to have to build on it.
Okay, Callie.
Renee.
Callie, go ahead.
Hey, Jason, with 38 assists on 48 buckets tonight, how do you explain that kind of rhythm and that kind of fast chemistry, aside from just basic communication, when you guys haven't had the benefit of a practice or a shoot around in the last
Yeah, I think Kelly, that's a great question. I think it goes to those guys in the locker room. I think they're listening. That's, I think, sometimes taken for granted, but they're listening to what the coaching staff is talking about on both sides of the ball, and they're executing. They're trying to do the things that we've asked them to do. And even, with some of the losses that we've had, we're playing hard. We're giving ourselves a chance to win. And I think this is a carryover from the Christmas game. When you look at sharing the ball, making shots, and then defending. Even though we gave up 117 points, I thought our defense was pretty good tonight.
Dwayne?
Yeah, Jason, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Dwayne.
Yeah, tell us the way KP was dominating there in the paint with 24 points in the first half. And also, what do you remember about your time with Brandon Knight there in Milwaukee when you guys were there together?
Yeah, great question. In the paint, I think as a team, we had almost 70 points. I thought KP let the ball come to him tonight. He didn't force anything. I thought if they didn't double, he went to score, and if they did, he found the open guy. I thought his rhythm in the game was great from start to finish, and then on the defensive end, he was big. And then I thought B Knight was great. His speed of being able to get into the paint, and then also being able to knock down shots. But he's also, he's an older player. And I hate to say that he's old, but he's not. He's 30 years old or 31. And so his maturity of his voice and just his calmness was big for us tonight. And so I thought he did a great job in the floor game for us tonight.
Those 30-year-olds. All right, one more, Luke.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to say he's old. He's just older than some of our guys.
Luke, go ahead. I know, I'm just kidding.
Coach, going back to Josh Green, you touched on his passing, especially that came to fruition tonight. Can you talk about some other areas you've seen him develop and grow, especially this year in the games that he's gotten some extended run? Yeah, I think you can see his feet are settled and he's comfortable, and so he's showcasing what he can do, and so. He got 26, 27 minutes tonight. And I thought just his floor game, he didn't force anything. He was aggressive. He attacked and made all the right reads. And so from here now, he has to build on that. And he still has a ways to go, but he definitely has a good foundation to build because he is unselfish. And when we can have multiple, playmakers on the floor, that just makes us that much better.